Hey, this is my meal prep for my upcoming week of carnivore. I'll be doing 2,200 calories all week while just carnivore. In preparation for tomorrow, these are some ribeye chops that I already had, and they were frozen. They're still partially frozen, so I'm pulling them out and just setting them in here so they can defrost. So I've got them all loaded up in here, and I'm going to get some seasonings. I don't really know what we're going to do with them tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead and season them up. So hold on, let me open up my seasonings. Okay, so I always love Creole seasoning on my pork. So I'm going to sprinkle some Creole seasoning on all of them. Usually I season it up right before I fry it, but I want to kind of experiment. And then I'm going to do some seasoning salt. This is the Redmond's. The Redmond's, I do not have any kind of a code or anything. This is just what I bought. I don't know if anything's coming out of there. And then I'm going to do some onion salt, We're going to do one side, then we'll flip them over and do the other side. Then we'll do some garlic salt. Then we're going to do a little bit of hickory salt. The smoked hickory salt. We're going to do it all, y'all. We're going to do it all. Then the Chef's Blend smoked salt. And then lastly, we'll do the cherry smoked salt. Now, I'm going to flip them over and do it all again. All right. So there we go. I'm going to let these finish defrosting tonight. I've also got some pork steak over here. I'll get to that in a little while. Okay, so these are my pork steaks, and I went ahead and went through and cut the bones out of them. What I'll do is tomorrow sometime while I'm cooking, I'll give the bones to the dogs. I put them back in the freezer, and so I'll give the pork steak bones to the dogs tomorrow while I'm doing my cooking. So I'm doing Creole, garlic salt, onion salt, so basically the exact same stuff I did on the other. Some of the smoked salts, well, all of the smoked salts. And then I'm going to flip it and do the other side. And this will just sit out for a while because oh, wait a minute, this little fella, he didn't get a little TLC on him. So I'm seasoning it up for our meal prep tomorrow. And we will figure out how I'm going to do it all tomorrow whenever I cook it up. I'm going to flip it all and do it to the other side now. Okay, I have seasoned them up, and I'm just kind of rubbing the seasoning around. Some places they were tucked underneath the other places, so I'm just kind of rubbing it around. And these are just going to sit here, and I will cook them up tomorrow. I'm going to let them sit here till I go to bed. Like I said, I already cut the bones out. So this is just the pork steaks sitting here defrosting. And then we'll cook. I'll go to the grocery store tomorrow for the beef. And I'll catch up to you then. So to start off, my meal prep, I'm going to heat up my skillet. And I'm going to do burgers out of 80-20 meat. And each one of these 80-20 patties are going to be 12 ounces. I broke down how much of each thing I will need to be around 900 calories. 12 ounces of 80-20 is 861 calories. So it's a little less than 900 calories. So I'm going to put these out and make 12-ounce burger patty, just a single burger patty. Got 12 ounces here. And after I do this one, I'll do a whole bunch of them. And then that way I can just do them all back to back to back. So I'm just going to do, I'm weighing them out beforehand. Usually I do it afterwards, but I kind of want to be precise with it for this time and just see how I feel, and make sure I include the rendered fat in my food. So there's one. I'm just going to put a little salt and pepper on it. not going to get wild with the seasonings on this one. I've got some melted tallow in there. I'm going to do it for about 3 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, I think I said 3 minutes. I can't remember. I think it was 3 minutes. Now I'm going to flip it. I'm going to go on and cover it again. It's pretty thick. So I'll do 3 more minutes. Alright, it's been 6 minutes total. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to pull it out and cut into it and see if it's done. Just gonna cut it and see. Come on. No, it is not done, if you can see that. So we're going to do it a little longer. It was awfully thick. So, you know me, I got to try something the first time. So I'll cover it again for 3 more minutes. Let's take a look and see if it looks better this time. Still medium, it's still probably medium rare, but I'm okay with that because I end up putting them in the microwave at work anyway. So what I did was, oh, these are messy. They splashy. Anyway, so what I did was I patted them out. These I did really thin. So this way maybe they'll cook a little faster. And these will be a little more like a smash burger. So now, I ended up with 7 12-ounce servings and 1 9-ounce serving. The 9-ounce one I'm going to use for the... I'm going to use the 9-ounce one for my regular keto time frame. So when I label it, I'll make sure I label it, for that. So, all right, I'll get back when I get the rest of these done. Hey, something that I am doing is after it's done, I am pouring the grease into this container. And when I'm all done with everything, I am going to pour the rendered grease. I'm going to divide it up into all 6 containers. So then that way, there's fat added back. Because if I'm counting the fat, I'm going to get the fat. Just wanted to let you know that. So I've collected all of the rendered fat. And it weighs 24 grams. So 24 divided by 6, thanks to Ziggy, is 40. So, let's see. So I will zero it out and take out 40 grams at a time. That's 14, 25, because we're going to divide this because I'm putting the rendered fat back into each container. So there's 40. Zero it out. It's like about 3, 1, 2, 3. So when I eat these, this is going to be exactly, wait a minute, wait, zero it out. When I eat these, this will be exactly what I weighed out from the get-go. So that was my plan, was to have it be exactly, because like I said, I always weigh afterwards. So I'm going to do the rest of these. And this is all the 80-20s. So these are the 6 80-20 12-ounce burgers with their rendered fat added to them. I know if you're from the 80s, you grew up in that era, and you see that added fat, you're like, I know if my mom's watching, she's probably thinking, oh, the clogged arteries. But it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, so this is one set of, now I'm working on 10 ounces of the 73% ground beef. I have 2 skillets going now, and I've just got the 10 ounces going of the 73%. This is the size of these patties. They're definitely smaller because it's 2 ounces less. So like the 80-20, when it's done, I will add the rendered fat into here so I can add it to the containers. You know why Saturday is my favorite day? I get to just be in my house all day long and cook and enjoy my meal prep, and I get to listen to Caleb, and I get to sing Christian songs and talk to Jesus all day. I mean, I talk to God at work and stuff too, but I can't really sing super loud. And at home, while I'm cooking, I can sing and dance, and I can worship Jesus while I'm cooking. It's like truly my favorite day of the week. It's just being here and singing and worshiping Jesus all day long while I'm cooking. Okay, back to the food. Okay, we're going to zero this out again, and it does look like there's more rendered fat with the 73%. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't have paper towel. And I didn't want it to drip all over. Okay. So let's see how many. Oh, no, it was the same. I'll be darned. So it's 24 ounces or 240 ounces. So now I got to do the math because there's 8 servings. Okay, I've got it figured out. Ziggy says that it is, so it'll be 30 grams that I will put out of here. So let me rearrange here a second. I'll zero it out, and I'll do 30 grams in each of these patties, and I will get back to you when I'm all done with these. Again, these are the 73% burgers, and I am putting the rendered fat back into the burgers. Now we're going to do these beautiful ribeyes. Again, I did not do this meal prep for this week based on a budget. I just did it based on how I was feeling. If you go back and look at my old carnivore videos, you will see that I ate mostly ground beef and other stuff. So if you want to see more cheaper meals, you can do that. But since this was just planning on being one fun week for me, I decided to do this. Dadgummit, did I do salt? I don't think I did salt. If I did salt, it's going to be extra salty. So, all right. So I'm going to do these ribeyes. I'll do 4 minutes on the first side and then 3 minutes on the other side, I guess. We'll see. Okay. So I don't remember if I told you, but these are 12-ounce servings. What I did was I cut off pieces of it while it was raw, and I weighed it until it got to right at 12 ounces. So it has been 4 minutes. Hang on, I don't want to tear this up. It has been right at 4 minutes. And these are so thick that I'm actually going to cover them for the second half. And so I'm going to do them for 4 minutes again. And like I said, I'm just basic seasoning. I'm not getting wild because some people don't use a lot of seasonings on their stuff, you know. So we're going to do 3 minutes and we'll check them in 3 minutes. Now I'm going to pull them out and just let them rest. And then we're going to switch over to sirloin here in a second while these are resting. That sure doesn't look done. I sure don't want it too done. So I'll pull it out and I'll check it after it's rested. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Remember, I don't mind it being a little bit undercooked because it's going to get microwaved the day I eat it. So, yeah, that'll be good. That's like a medium rare. So when I microwave it, it'll be just perfect. So this is a serving, and I've got another one. So what I'll do is I'm going to cut these up and I will put it in serving containers so that way the day I take it to work, I just microwave it and eat it. I don't have to worry about taking a steak knife. Next, we're going to get to our ribeyes. I'm sorry, those were ribeyes. These are sirloin. I bought some sirloin to have for this week. So these are going to be sirloin. And I'll do these the same as I did the other ones. 4 minutes on each side. Well, the ribeye did 4 minutes and 3 minutes. But these I'll do 4 minutes. We'll just see. 4 minutes first, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, it's been 4 minutes. Let's get them flipped. Come on, fella. You know, you can definitely tell the difference in the ribeye. As I've learned more about meat, the ribeye is definitely more dense. I mean sirloin. I'm sorry I keep saying ribeye, it's sirloin. I can definitely tell the difference in the sirloin. It's more dense and less lean. So of course it's more tough. So I will be doing it 4 more minutes. But anyway, I can tell the difference compared to the ribeyes that I just cooked. So, all right, 4 more minutes. So that's how I did the ribeye. I cut them up, and now when I microwave them, it will cook a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to pull the sirloin out. Ziggy. Ziggy, volume down 3. She's kind of being argumentative again today. Getting a little bit on the sassy side. Oh, I don't have a paper towel. This could be bad. I'm not licking that. I burned my tongue. Ooh, Nelly. Let me grab a paper towel. Hold on. Earlier, there was a lot of smoke coming off this one back here. I tell you what, Judy Mom, if you are watching this and you are seeing all this grease splatter, I bet you are having a panic attack. Look at all that grease all around my stove. It is messy. I know that you are like cringing and just ready to lecture me about how dirty this is, but it's okay. I promise I'll clean it up when I'm done, Mom. I promise. So I'm going to do the sirloin like I did the ribeye. I'm going to let it rest. Then I'm going to cut it up into bite-sized pieces, and I'll show you that when it's ready. So that is how they look. Oh, shoot, I forgot to add the liquid. Hang on. So now that's how they look, and I will put a thing on them and add them to our stack over there. This is the end of our phase 1. This is all beef. So we've got 3 zero-carb ribeyes, and I just put that to differentiate them from everything else. We have 6 zero-carb 80-20 burgers. We have 8 zero-carb. I just label ZC so that way I know it's for my carnivore meals. ZC 73%. 2 zero-carb sirloins. So again, remember I spent all the money that I spent, but now I've got enough meals for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5 days. So this is almost 2 weeks worth of, or a week and a half if you want to say. It's a week and a half worth of beef meals. So there you go. That's the end of my beef portion of my carnivore meal prep. Hey there, we're going to be working on our pork steaks. These definitely, the skillets are very hot. I have been doing other stuff on them. So now we're going to do the pork steak portion, the pork portion of our meal prep. I'm going to get my pork steaks in there. I'm just going to do 1 serving at a time, so that way it's just easier on me to know, you know, what's a serving. So this is 12 ounces. If you remember, I seasoned these up yesterday. So I seasoned them up already. So now I'm just going to put them all in the skillet, and I'm going to cover it for 4 minutes. I got to get it to lay flat here. Hang on. All right. Oops, got one more. There we go. I'm going to cover it for 4 minutes. All right, let's get these bad boys flipped over. Maybe. I cut the bones out of them already, if I didn't tell you all earlier. I cut the bones out of them and I put them in the freezer. When I'm all done cooking, I will give those to the dogs so they can have some bones. All right, see ya. I'm going to do 3 minutes. See you in 3 minutes because these are pretty hot skillets. Okay, so now they're done. And I'm going to pull one of them out and put it in here to cool down. And so I don't mix them up since they're weighed out. I'll put one in here and one of them I'm going to put on this. And after it cools down, I'll cut it up just like I did. Oh yeah, in case you haven't seen that video. So when it cools down, I will cut these up into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to go on and cook the rest of them, and I'll get back with you after all the pork steaks are cooked. So that's how the pork steak's looking. Again, I weighed it before I cooked it. So when it's all done, if there is any rendered fat, I will pour that into these containers, depending on if there is any and how much it is. So what I find interesting about the pork steak is, look, there's just a teeny tiny little bit of rendered fat. You know, people talk about, oh, pork is so fatty, it's so fatty, but it doesn't render down like the ground beef did. Ribeye had a little bit, but anyway, I just find that interesting. So after I get these cut up, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the pork ribeyes. Now I'm going to do the pork ribeyes. It's 14 ounces. Boy, this is smoking, you guys. Whoo, Nelly. These cast iron are getting a workout today. So there's 14 ounces of ribeye, pork ribeye. And here's 14 ounces of pork ribeye. I actually did pork loin whenever I figured it in, but it'll be close enough. So I'll cover them for 4 minutes. Again, I'm not seasoning them because I did already. So it looks like in the end I'm going to have 5 servings of these. And the partials of all the things that I've made today, I'm just putting in a container and I'll eat on those for lunch. So I'm going to flip these. And since they're thick and dense, I'm going to do it another 4 minutes. Alright, our pork ribeyes are done. I'm going to pull them out. Whoop. I'm going to let them rest a few minutes and then I will cut into them. Hang on. I'm keeping them separate so I know which one, you know, how much is a serving. So I'm going to go on and finish the rest of them up. And whenever I do, I'll cut them up and I'll show you how those are looking and how many servings we got out of these. This was 2 packages of the ribeye pork chops. When I say I cut them, I put on a glove and I take my knife, I cut them in half long ways, in half long ways, in half long ways. And this is how I do my steaks, my pork steaks, my beef steaks. And I just put them in my container. And that way when I take it to work, all I have to do is microwave it and it is ready for me to eat. I don't have to take a knife to work. I don't have to take anything extra to work. I just want my spoon so I can shovel. We know I like my spoon and shoveling. So that's how I'm doing the prep for these pork ribeyes. The pork meal prep was pretty short and to the point. Pork steaks, 12 ounces is 908 calories. the lean pork chops, 14 ounces is 850 calories. So these, along with the meat in the other video, the beef, these are what all I'm going to be using for my carnivore week. Now, hang on, I'm going to show you something. One more thing. I have cleaned out my cast iron skillets. They've been washed. After I wash them out, I turn on the burners on medium for 10 minutes just to dry them out. And now I just let them cool down on their own, and then they'll be ready to hang back up once they're cool. So all that is cleaned up. So yay! Look, Judy. Look, Judy. It's not messy. So yay! I got it all cleaned off, Judy. Okay, bye. Fun little story time. You know, I wore the paw print apron that Marianne got me. Well, I was about to put on the cross apron and for my next video, and I got a phone call from my mom, and she said, Terry, you know that ketchup, the Christian, you know, the Jesus apron that you got? Can I borrow that? And I said, well, sure. She said, are you coming over tomorrow? I said, yeah. She's having, at her church, she's having a ladies' luncheon for about 100 and some odd ladies. So she's going to be going back in the kitchen and out helping with serving and stuff. So at her church on Thursday. So she wants to borrow that apron and wear it at her church luncheon. So good call, Marianne. Even Judy likes it. She's going to use it on Thursday. So I won't be able to wear it today because I want to keep it nice and clean for her. But I'll wear it next weekend. That was a weird way to end the video. All right, well, that's all of my lunch and supper meal prep for today. Have a good day.